Wake County voters are being asked to consider a bond order by voting in the Tuesday, October 8th, 2013 election. Again, I'm joined by Chairman Joe Bryan with the Wake County Board of Commissioners and Chairman Keith Sutton from the Wake County Board of Education. Thank you, gentlemen, for staying with us. Before the break, we were talking about growth and the bond proposal that provides a lot for the schools. Chairman Sutton, can you tell us a little bit about the projects that would be completed if the bond is approved?
Well, again, I've talked about the number of new schools, along with the 16 brand new schools that will be built. We've got those 6 major renovations, major equipment and maintenance done, purchasing of furniture and other technology features, computers, things of that nature. They're all part of it. Purchasing of land, we do some real estate purchases as well. So we have to acquire land. Many of those sites we've already acquired. So it's a number of things that will go into it if it's approved.
Mm-hmm. Commissioner Bryan, one thing that the Wake County citizens can always count on is that the commissioners will come in every year, and education continues to be a priority, whether it's the Wake County Public School System, Wake Technical Community College system, and the libraries, a synergy there. How important are these projects to the county commissioners?
Well, I mean, you're right in terms, Erica, that it may be about education. Oftentimes it varies at the top. Obviously, recently it's been about creating jobs and making sure that we're there. We've worked on building human capital through our human services. Mental health has been, a major initiative for a number of years, and so there's obviously public safeties, clearly right. With the sheriff and with our EMS and our fire departments. There's a lot of priorities that are out there, and to kind of speak specifically about some of the financing involved, this will be a total investment of $939.9 million. $810 million will need to be financed. The rest will be paid for in cash. We'll use general obligation bonds backed by the full faith and credit of the county with the taxpayers and the citizens voting for the bond. It's similar to us paying for our homes. You kind of pay for it over time. And we'll, as we talked earlier, looking for low interest rates. And we're going to be transparent about this, and that there's like 4.86 cents property tax increase on a home for the capital, and another 0.67, so approximately 5.5 cent tax increase that the citizens would see once they vote for this bond. Average home, $263,000. That means that people will be paying approximately $145 a year in additional investment in our community. We're being upfront about that, not only for the capital side, but the operating side of this is what we're asking the cost of making this investment will be.
Now, the bonds will be paid back over a series of years, but they will also support the public school system for several years. Sometimes this is considered a cycle. Can you explain how does this bond cycle work?
We've grown by an average of 3,200 students over the last few years. That was a slower pace to the 5,000 to 6,000 students that we were growing when the economy was humming along. So even in a slower recession, we've still continued to increase our capacity as a school system, and as a county is seeing that same growth and growth in its tax base, as well. So again, looking at where those schools needed to be built, this bond helps us to keep pace with that growth. We would have loved to have gotten a little bit ahead of that, in front of some of that growth, but again, we felt like what we could reasonably accomplish in this time was sufficient enough to help us keep pace with that growth. So as we're looking at the construction, renovation of construction of new schools, renovation of older facilities, because the public too expects us to maintain the current facilities that we have.
I think we've jointly been able to maintain a reasonable tax rate, even though, again, most of us obviously don't like to have to pay more taxes. But to make this investment, we'll need to pay a little bit more in taxes. We we have these bond issues every few years. The last time being in 2006, and we'll be looking at it again. I mean, as long as we keep growing, I can tell you the 3,068 other counties in America would love to be dealing with these types of issues of having growth and new items as far as quality of life, whether it's our open space, our libraries, the response time on public safety, and we need to periodically have these bonds and ask the public, are they willing to make this investment?
Chairman Joe Bryan with the Wake County Board of Commissioners and Chairman Keith Sutton with the Wake County Board of Education. Thank you both for being here to talk about this partnership between the two boards. And we'll just have to wait and see how it all shakes out. Thanks again.
Thank you, Eric, for having us.
Thank you, Eric.
We look
Thank
forward
you.
to working together.
Residents can find more information about the Wake County Public School System by visiting the school's website, and more information about the bonds and financing is available by visiting wakegov.com/bonds. Early voting starts Thursday, September 19th, and Election Day is Tuesday, October 8th.